Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Uniontown Area High School for this evening's contest between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Southmoreland Scotties. We're inside A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium in the city of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, for this evening's conference matchup between the Scotties and the Red Raiders. This is your Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show brought to you by Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They will get you ready for the game. They are located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724 437 9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. It's time for another C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. Exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page, which is brought to you by George Dental Associates, SWGI in Uniontown, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health, the Centers for Rehab Services, and physical therapist Jim Burns, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides, Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer, Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke, Joby's Golf, Zen's Construction Warehouse, and Big Al's Market. Now for the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show here on the WMBS Facebook page. We've got a red-hot Red Raiders team playing host tonight to a resilient and battle-tested Southmoreland Scotty squad who come into this one 1-1 in the conference, 8-3 overall. The Scotties have 724 points for 639 points against this season. 2-2 at home. The Scotties are undefeated on the road. They are 1-1 at neutral locations. They won earlier this week, Tuesday evening, so they're coming into this one riding a one-game winning streak. The Scotties on the season have just 3 losses overall. One of those was a 2-point game coming back on December 16th against Mount Pleasant. The other 2 were actually against the Bell Vernon Leopards. They lost to the Leopards over the holiday break, 87-69 at a neutral location. Then they opened the conference with a with a home loss to Bell Vernon, 73-56. Now, especially in regards to that second game, that was a game much closer than the score appears. The Scotties were in that one the whole way. A couple of late Bell Vernon runs eventually put the game in the hands of the Leopards. But had it not been for those couple runs late, the Scotties were neck and neck with Bell Vernon the whole way. And the Uniontown faithful are now very familiar with that Bell Vernon squad. You know they are for real. The Red Raiders were tested by them earlier this week. Uniontown was able to rally late and pull out a victory, holding on to a halftime lead, and actually a pretty impressive lead at the end of the third quarter. These Scotties, too, went neck and neck with the Leopards the whole way. And unfortunately for Southmoreland, it was a late Bell Vernon score that put them out of the contest and ultimately lifted the Leopards up in that one. Southmoreland, though, does plenty of scoring on their own. They come into this one behind the strength of Ty Keffer, who averages 26.9 points per game. Connellsville Daily Courier reporter Jonathan Guth sharing with us pregame that Ty Keffer is just 71 points from 1,000. Here's hoping he doesn't get all 71 of those this evening. That being said, Ty is a tremendous player, and he is going to keep his team in the contest against anybody. Also for this Scotty squad, we have a couple other players who like to put points on the board for their team. 7.6 points per game for this squad coming from Elijah Myers. He's the senior, 6'1". We're going to see plenty of him, I'm sure, this evening, as well as Wyatt Richter, who comes into this one averaging 7.4 points per game. Interestingly enough, Southmoreland gets 6.8 points per game from Noah Falenser, a freshman guard. Those round out the top scores for this Southmoreland squad. They do a little bit off the ball as well. Southmoreland, pretty capable rebounding team, do pretty well on the turnovers. They manage their turnovers well. Speaking of Ty Keffer, who many of you will know for his prowess on the gridiron, he comes into this contest from the foul line shooting nearly 80%. So he's someone who, if he doesn't beat you from the field, he can get the damage done from the charity stripe as well. Southmoreland looking to improve their conference mark this season to 2-1 if they can pull off the upset win tonight against the Uniontown Red Raiders here at the A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. We're going to pause and hear now from our sponsors for just a minute on the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show, as we will come back and talk a little bit about this Uniontown Red Raiders team. Are you looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventive, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Good luck to Coach Rob Kesmarski and the Uniontown Red Raiders from George Dental Associates. Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer has litigated over 275 civil and criminal trials, some of which have been aired on Oprah, Inside Edition, and ESPN. Having an engineering degree, master's in business administration, and law degree qualifies him to go toe-to-toe with anyone. His firm concentrates in wills, trusts, estates, property transfers, personal injury, solar field and Marcellus gas negotiations, and family law. Small enough to care, smart enough to win. That's the attorney, Thomas W. Schaefer. Shop the New Year's sale at Zen's Construction Warehouse on Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Family owned and operated by the Nelson family, Zen's has everything you need for that next home improvement project at deep discounted prices from the big box stores. Phone 724-366-8274 or visit Zen's on Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse. Our surplus, your savings. That's Zen's Construction Warehouse in Continental. This Uniontown Red Raider team is coming in tonight 2-0 in the conference, 11-1 overall. They have scored 952 points this season. They have given up just 506. They are on a 10-game winning streak. And if you have watched this Uniontown Red Raider team over the course of the last few weeks, even over the holiday break, there has enough been said just by their play. They're entering tonight with Notorious Grooms, averaging 15 points per game. Calvin Winfrey, 12.8 points per game. Kadrian McGlee, 7.8 points per game. Bakari Wallace, 8.8 points per game. And the Red Raiders, too, have seen plenty of help from a few other players who are averaging over 5 points a game. Tavian Richardson, Tanner Uphold, and Levi Garner. Let's not forget Jameer Braxton, number 34, who we watched in that Bell Vernon game do some damage inside and outside against the Leopards. He's averaging 10.8 points per contest coming into this one. The Red Raiders do a lot of work, too, away from the scoring column. Let's not forget this is a team that will steal the basketball off you. This is a team that will get a rebound against you. And they do all of that seamlessly. Kadrian McGlee comes into this contest averaging nearly 7 rebounds per game. Levi Garner averaging over 6. We see some strong rebounding numbers from Bakari Wallace and Jameer Braxton as well. This is a team, again, that has the hand and foot speed to just take the basketball away, especially when this team is in the press. Notorious Grooms, averaging over 3 steals per game. Tavian Richardson, over 3 steals per game. Jameer Braxton and Bakari Wallace, over 2 steals per game. And the Red Raiders, too, have demonstrated their prowess from the foul line. We saw that play a critical role in that game against Bell Vernon. For the Red Raiders, Notorious Grooms shooting 75% from the foul line. Levi Garner, 75% from the foul line. Tanner Uphold and Jameer Braxton both over 70%, and almost at 70%, Bakari Wallace. This is a Red Raider squad that gets it all done. That is why they are 11-1. As far as team statistics are concerned, the Red Raiders are averaging almost 78 points per game. They come down with over 20 defensive rebounds, almost 16 offensive rebounds. They average 19 assists per game, over 17 steals per game. And I'll tell you what, too, these Red Raiders have some height. Levi Garner and Kadrian McGlee, they get off the floor very well. When they put their hands in the air, they take away your view of the basket. They redirect shots. But as a team, the Red Raiders are averaging nearly 5 blocks per game. We're going to continue with the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show here at Uniontown Area High School in just a few minutes. We'll pause now for a word from our sponsors. Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides knows there is nothing more exciting than high school sports. He knows all the athletes have worked hard to be competitive, plus maintain their study skills. Commissioner Vince Vacides salutes all of the young contestants in their efforts. Good luck, and may the best team prevail. From Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides. You're watching another chapter of the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night here at Uniontown Area High School. Exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page. Don't forget to check us out, WMBS on the AM dial 590 and FM 101.1 on the radio dial and via Facebook this evening. We will be bringing you another conference contest. Bell Vernon and Laurel Highlands going to be meeting on the hardwood tonight, 7:30 p.m. Another conference matchup, Elizabeth Ford and Albert Gallatin also tipping off at 7:30 p.m. So we'll see a lot of conference basketball this evening. Everyone in our conference involved in a conference meeting. We now see the captains meeting at half court. Southmoreland this evening will be wearing their black uniform, red trim. The Uniontown Red Raiders in their home whites, maroon trim, maroon number. We are just about a minute and 40 seconds off from our tip this evening between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Southmoreland Scotties. You are listening to exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page and another chapter of the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. We're going to continue the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show, rounding out once again just to look at the standings entering into this contest. Laurel Highlands and Uniontown sitting at the top of the conference, 2-0. Bell Vernon and Southmoreland in the middle, 1-1. Albert Gallatin and Elizabeth Forward, 0-2. Southmoreland looking to put themselves in the upper echelon of the conference. They will do so with a conference win tonight. They have enjoyed a lot of out-of-conference success. Keep that in mind. The Scotties are coming into this one 8-3 overall. The Uniontown Red Raiders 11-1. We're going to pause now for just a moment as we prepare for the final seconds here before our tip-off, and we'll be hearing the national anthem in just a moment at the A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. By meeting the you will provide the as well as representing your community and school with dignity and pride. Please give the student athletes your positive encouragement and support. Any unwilling behavior, racial or ethnic comment, abusive or foul language, or taunting of players, coaches, or officials will not be tolerated and could lead to your removal. Welcome here once again to the Uniontown Area High School A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. We are prepared now for the national anthem. We will pause as we honor America. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We want to welcome in again a new audience here at the Uniontown Area High School A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. We have just concluded the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Special thanks to insurance agent David Hughes. They will get you ready for the game. They are located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. We're ready now to see the Uniontown Red Raiders take on the Southmoreland Scotties. The Scotties led, of course, by leading scorer Ty Keffer. Keffer comes into this game just 71 points off of 1,000 for his career. The Southmoreland Scotties are 1-1, 8-3 overall. The Uniontown Red Raiders are 2-0 in the conference, an overall record of 11-1, nearly 1,000 points for in the Red Raiders points for column, 952 across those 12 contests. We are ready now to see our starting lineups introduced as the Uniontown Red Raiders Spirit Band kicks into full gear here at A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. We have conference matchups across the conference this evening, Bell Vernon and Laurel Highlands. That tip-off has been delayed as the JV game has gone into overtime. They had been scheduled for 7:30 p.m. I'm sure that one will be underway soon. Elizabeth Ford and Albert Gallatin also meeting this evening, 7:30 p.m. The Uniontown Red Raiders, of course, enjoyed a really impressive win at Bell Vernon Tuesday evening. These Southmoreland Scotties enjoyed a victory over Elizabeth Ford. And so now we're prepared for the starting lineups between these two teams. The Southmoreland Scotties in their road black uniforms, red trim, red number. The Uniontown Red Raiders in their home white uniforms, maroon trim, maroon number. And the starting lineup for the Southmoreland Scotties will consist of number 2, Ronnie Collins, a 5'11 junior listed at guard. Number 11, Ty Keffer, a 6'3 junior listed at guard and forward. Number 12, Wyatt Richter, a 5'11 junior listed at guard. Number 5, Elijah Myers, a 6'1 senior listed at guard. And number 34, Kelvin Lynn, a 5'11 senior listed at both guard and forward. And you hear the home crowd here at the A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium lifting up their team as we see the starting lineup for the Red Raiders make their way onto the court, led by number 00, the point guard and sophomore, Notorious Grooms. Number 2, the sophomore, Calvin Winfrey. Number 4, 6'4 junior, Kadrian McGlee. Number 34, Jameer Braxton, the 6'2 junior. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Uniontown Red Raiders will be senior number 5, Bakari Wallace. And we're going to see both teams now prepared to head to center court for the jump ball. The Uniontown Red Raiders, of course, under the guidance of head coach Rob Kesmarski. The Southmoreland Scotties under the direction of head coach Frank Pacino. And we're ready now for the tip as both teams will make their way to the court, to the large U here at the center of A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. Entering the center circle for the Southmoreland Scotties, number 34, Kelvin Lynn. Entering the circle for the Uniontown Red Raiders will be number 4, Kadrian McGlee. We've got 8 minutes on the clock here for the first period at the Uniontown Area High School. And we're prepared now for the jump in this conference class. Uniontown looking to go 3-0. Southmoreland hoping to go 2-1. Here's the jump. It's going to go to the Uniontown Red Raiders. Grooms kicks it back to Winfrey. Winfrey pushes it across the baseline. Correction, timeline to the sideline to Braxton. Braxton handoff to Wallace. Back up top to Winfrey. Winfrey across our wing to Grooms. To the corner to Wallace. Back to the wing now. Winfrey swinging it around. Braxton going to drive. Deep jumper. No good. Rebound goes between a few hands and ends up with number 12, Wyatt Richter, who has the ball swiftly taken off of him. Here comes Uniontown. Winfrey attacks the lane. Little dip off there at the end to Braxton, who goes off the glass and gets it. Southmoreland now trying to work it down. Collins, long pass all the way down to Myers. Nothing there. Uniontown Red Raiders come up with it. Braxton pushing it down hard to Wallace. Kicks it across to Winfrey. Nice look off the block. 2 more points for Uniontown, now leading 4-0 in the early stages here. Southmoreland trying to push it against that press. Feeds it all the way down to baseline. Number 5, Elijah Myers on the block is going to be fouled as he goes up by Uniontown's number 5, Bakari Wallace. That's going to be the first foul for Wallace in this contest. Southmoreland looking to get on the board here with a foul shot. Elijah Myers is good. Score now 4-1 in favor of the Red Raiders. Myers is going to take a second one. And the second shot for Myers, no good. Rebound goes Kadrian McGlee. He averages nearly 7 a game. There's his first one tonight. Pass to Braxton. He brings it across the timeline, goes far wing. Winfrey. Now Winfrey goes baseline. Good look there from Bakari Wallace. Drives it into the paint off the baseline. Gets 2 more. 6-1 now in favor of Uniontown. Southmoreland working it down here. It's Keffer, their leading scorer. Finds no space against Kadrian McGlee. He's blocked out of bounds. Keffer comes into this one averaging 27 a game. Inbound pass courtesy of Collins here. Collins going to try to get it to Keffer inside. It's stolen by the Red Raiders, but the baseline official will say Calvin Winfrey had a foot on the baseline. The ball is going to stay with the Scotties. Ronnie Collins, the junior, handling the inbound duties again. He's going to go baseline pass to Lynn. Lynn pops it out to number 12. That's Wyatt Richter. Richter back to the corner to Lynn. Lynn off the drive. Little hook drive. Layup goes. 6-3 now to score. Uniontown leads. Pass comes into Winfrey. He pushes it across the timeline to Braxton. Braxton going to drive in there to the elbow. Kicks it out to Winfrey. Back to Braxton on the wing. Now corner to Grooms. Grooms draws a defender. Pops it way out. Top of the key to Winfrey. Winfrey back to Grooms on the wing. He wants the 3 ball. Not there. Braxton. Rebound on our side. Little dish in to McGlee. McGlee loses the ball. And it's going to be brought down by Keffer, who wants to take it the whole way. At the last second, he dishes it off to Richter. But that's not happening. Ball is going to go back to Uniontown off the travel. Red Raiders inbound off the baseline. Here comes Grooms now, pushing it way down to Braxton in the corner. And Braxton has number 5, Elijah Myers, come way off his feet. Braxton pulled up for 3. Myers leaps into the air, lands on Braxton. He's going to be helped back to his feet by a teammate. Number 2, Ronnie Collins, pulling Myers to his feet. Foul is going to be called against Elijah Myers. It will be Uniontown ball. Notorious Grooms going to handle the inbounding duties from the D in red on the baseline here at the A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. He's going to have number 5, Elijah Myers, right in his face. Pops it into McGlee. Back to McGlee now from Winfrey. Loose ball. McGlee couldn't quite handle the pass. Rolls back out to Winfrey. Now he goes far wing to Wallace. Corner to Braxton. Pops it back out to Winfrey. The Red Raiders working it around. Grooms back to Wallace now. Our side. Short corner. Wallace tries to float one up. He gets fouled while doing so, and he'll be heading to the foul line. Foul is called against number 11, Ty Keffer. That is going to be Keffer's first. That's a number to watch. Keffer comes into this one, the leading scorer for the Southmoreland Scotties. First shot from Wallace is no good. Keffer averages 26.9 points per game. He needs 71 for 1,000 entering this contest. Here's the second shot from Wallace. It goes down 7-3. Red Raiders going to show press. Keffer wants to get it in, and he does so right here to number 2. Collins pushes it all the way down to Richter, who goes baseline. Back across. Ball ends up in the hands of Keffer. No good on the short corner jumper. Ball gets popped out here to Lynn. Now our corner to Richter. Richter's going to bring it back out and reset the play. Ball now on the far wing. Bringing it back across here to Myers. Myers looks inside. Quick dish to Collins. Nothing happening there for the Scotties. They found no room inside yet. Now Keffer's going to pull up a 3, no good. Rebound goes to Ronnie Collins. Collins gets a layup to go. 7-5 now in favor of Uniontown. The Scotties keeping pace here. We talked about that pregame. The Scotties have done some scoring. They've been in every game that they've played so far, even those couple against Bell Vernon. That's where 2 of the Scotties' losses have come from. The Red Raiders now setting this play up with Winfrey, top of the key. Winfrey going to advance at far wing, kicks it into the far corner. Wallace loses the ball on the pass. Now it's Scotties basketball. Rolled way ahead to number 12, Wyatt Richter. He can't get the layup to go, and the Red Raiders are going to corral the rebound before it can go across the baseline. That's Bakari Wallace ahead to Winfrey. Now way ahead. Notorious Grooms with the floater. Advancing into the paint is good. 9-5 in favor of the Red Raiders. Here come the Scotties. Myers wants to feed it down our sideline all the way down to Lynn. Lynn back inside to number 2. Good look there from Ronnie Collins off the glass. 9-7. The Scotties keeping pace. Here come the Red Raiders. Grooms across the timeline. Our side to Winfrey. Now they swing it around. Far wing to Braxton. He can't get the 3 to go. Lynn has the rebound for a moment. Then it's popped out of his hands by Kadrian McGlee. Goes off of Lynn's leg and across the baseline. It'll be Red Raiders basketball. Tanner Uphold, number 23, the senior, checking in for Uniontown. Here's Grooms with the inbound pass off the baseline. Goes corner, Braxton. Then to Uphold. Back to Grooms in the corner. Nice look, short corner there for Braxton as he lays it in off the glass. Pass courtesy of Grooms. Here comes Southmoreland. What big pass ahead to Keffer. Keffer working sideline, working too hard. He's going to have an offensive foul called against him as he advanced the ball off the wing. And that is going to be a second call against Keffer. He now has 2 fouls, 3 team fouls for the Scotties. Pass comes into Grooms. Grooms gets it across the timeline. Comes our wing to Winfrey. Back to Grooms now. Sideline, far sideline to Wallace. He tries to drive baseline, runs out of real estate, steps across the baseline. Ball goes back to the Scotties and the Uniontown Red Raiders doing what the Red Raiders do best. They turn around immediately to press. Pass comes into Lynn. Here's a pass to our sideline now from Linda Myers, who cannot corral it. Ball is struck by a couple of Red Raiders and by Myers, but goes out of bounds off of Elijah Myers' hands. And here's Winfrey with the inbound pass to Uphold, back to Winfrey and across the timeline. Our wing to Uphold, corner, Grooms. Grooms looks short corner now, Braxton, who works it in the paint and gets the done. We talked about that during the Sprouse pregame show, how Braxton is dangerous. The Scotties trying to push the ball down the court, lose control of it. It rolls across the baseline. Ball goes back to the Red Raiders, now leading 13-7. 3:24 to play in the first quarter. Inbound pass to Winfrey. Winfrey across the timeline. Goes far wing to Grooms. Grooms inside. Last peg. Almost elbow for Braxton. Pops it back out to Grooms. Grooms from the sideline hits a 3. 16-7 in favor of Uniontown. The Red Raiders on a nice little run here. And the Red Raiders are going to jump the inbound pass. That's Bakari Wallace. Nice looking steal. He gets the ball under control, goes our wing to Winfrey, corner to Uphold, back to Winfrey on the wing. 3 balls, no good. Lynn pulls down the rebound, feeds it way ahead, wants to go way ahead to Richter, and it's off of Richter's fingertips. He can't corral it, and across the baseline once again, it's going to be Uniontown Red Raider basketball as number 23, Noah Falenster checks in. Noah Falenster, the freshman, 5'11", listed at guard. We mentioned him during the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. He averages nearly 7 points a game as a freshman for this squad. Here's the Red Raiders now, feeding it way ahead to Uphold on our sideline for 3, no good. Braxton and on a rebound. A lot of contact inside. No call as the Scotties pull it down. Here's Keffer trying to go coast to coast. Kicks it out last second to number 13, Brady Sherbandi, who also just checked into the game. We're going to have a foul called here against the Uniontown Red Raiders. Foul called against number 23, Tanner Uphold. That's going to be his first. Ty Keffer steps out of bounds as Jeremiah Hager and Tavian Richardson check in for Uniontown. Keffer going to handle the inbounding duties, and he does indeed get it in. Ball pops all the way out now to Richter. Back to Keffer on the far sideline, trying to advance it to the wing. Nothing there. Back to Richter. Richter wanted to go corner, and of course, Tavian Richardson is there to steal the pass. He gets a lot of those, and here come the Red Raiders on the attack all the way. Uphold drives it middle. Then goes Winfrey. Short corner, pops an opposite baseline pass to Grooms. Grooms can't get the 3 to go. Good-looking pass there across the baseline from Calvin Winfrey. Uphold fed him down off the block. Winfrey didn't have a shot, fires it across the baseline. Grooms can't get the baseline jumper to go. Ball is going to belong to the Scotties now. The Scotties try to feed the ball ahead, have the ball knocked out of bounds by Uniontown, so the Scotties will now inbound in front of the score table. Number 2, Ronnie Collins gets it into Keffer. Keffer slowly working it across the timeline. He's going to draw Tanner Uphold as a defender now. Keffer to the far wing. Pass goes off the feet of the intended target. That's number 23, Noah Falenster, and there's a tie-up over the ball. Jump ball called as Falenster and Grooms both end up on the floor after the basketball. Ronnie Collins going to handle the inbounding duties for Southmoreland right in front of the Uniontown bench in a 16-7 game. Ball comes top of the key to Keffer. Keffer calls the play, wants the screen. He has it, won't take it. Tanner Uphold matched up against Keffer. Now we go far wing to number 12, Richter. Richter trying to lead. Brady Sherbandi in with the pass. No good. The Raiders still, but then stealing it right back at midcourt is Richter. Now stealing it this way. Jeremiah Hager nearly has his hands on the ball for Uniontown. A lot of back and forth here. Several passes stolen in a row. Southmoreland going to have possession here. Number 2, Ronnie Collins, the 5'11 junior and guard, going to handle the inbounding duties right in front of our table. Number 3 checking in for Southmoreland. That's Caden Kiefer. Nothing happening there inside for number 12, Richter. He's blocked out. The Raiders immediately attack hard the other way. Calvin Winfrey goes up. No luck, and we have a travel as Southmoreland corrals a rebound, pushes the ball ahead. One too many steps from Riot Richter. Ball will go back to Uniontown. Tanner Uphold going to inbound from in front of the score table as we see number 11, Levi Garner, checking in for Uniontown. Levi, one of the big men for this Uniontown squad, listed at 6'6". Inbound pass from Uphold goes to Winfrey. Winfrey goes far sideline. Tanner Uphold's pass inside. Nearly jumped by number 5, Elijah Myers, but there is a foul called. And it's going to be a push called against the Southmoreland Scotties. Number 3, Caden Kiefer, the 6'3 junior, and forward, the guilty party. Here's Uphold. Inbounds the ball for Uniontown off the baseline. Goes corner Garner. Now wing to Winfrey, who drives it. Tries to pop the ball inside to Uphold. No catch there, and Southmoreland ends up with the steal. Now here's Ty Keffer trying to make something happen, and we'll have a blocking foul called against Tanner Uphold as Keffer was working hard trying to find some room against Uphold. Uphold, of course, getting pushed around there a little bit as Keffer trying to find his way to the basket. Official explaining that to Uniontown head coach Rob Kaczmarski. Kadrian, correction, that's Tavian Richardson with the steal for Uniontown. Off the inbound pass to Southmoreland. Richardson advances the entire court himself, gets fouled as he goes to the bucket, gets the hoop, and now he's going to be shooting one. Foul is called against number 5, Elijah Moore for the Scotties. Very fast-paced game here in the early goings of this one. We still have a little bit of time left in the first quarter. It's 18-7 in favor of Uniontown. Richardson's foul shot is good. Elijah Myers going to toss the ball over to teammate Keffer. Keffer's going to inbound it. Keffer gets it ahead to Ty Campbell. Campbell nearly has a pass stolen, and indeed the ball will be stolen now off Elijah Myers. And the Red Raiders try to feed it ahead to Levi Garner. Garner is caught at the last moment by Ty Keffer, who knocks the ball out of bounds. Ball will stay with Uniontown. Tanner Uphold. Inbound pass to Hager. To Richardson. Richardson swings it over to Winfrey. Now back to Richardson, top of the key, comes our side to Hager. Back to Richardson. Uniontown working it around here. Ball ends up far wing. Calvin Winfrey off the glass for 3. Nice looking shot there. Ball comes in to number 13, Brady Sherbandi. Southmoreland trying to respond. They have not scored in a while. This game was 9-7 at one point. Now it's 22-7, and the Scotties will throw that ball away out of reach of Ty Keffer. Tanner Uphold right there. Uphold watches the ball bounce across the sideline, and now he's going to handle the inbounding duties. Calvin Winfrey awaits the pass. Here's Uphold's pass in. Winfrey across the timeline. Comes our sideline to Uphold and back up top to Winfrey. Winfrey calls the play, goes far sideline to Richardson. Now back to Uphold on our side and back to Winfrey. Red Raiders looking to set this one up. The Scotties in a 2-3 zone. Now swinging it way down low into the corner from Uphold. Jeremiah Hager hits the 3 off the baseline. Winfrey, Uphold, Hager for 3, and that buzzer was the first period here at Uniontown Area High School, the A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium, coming to a conclusion. It's the Uniontown Red Raiders 25 and the Southmoreland Scotties 7. Southwestern Endoscopy Center is now a part of U.S. Digestive Health. If you have a close family member with colon cancer or precancerous polyps, your screening should begin at age 40 instead of 45. Women, like men, are at substantial cancer risk and should not avoid screening. Although colonoscopy is the most sensitive screening test, if you are fearful or have no health insurance, a stool fit test is a reasonable option. Learn more at usdigestivehealth.com. Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke would like to take this time to wish all Uniontown area listeners a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year, and wish Uniontown head coach Rob Kizmarski and the Uniontown Red Raiders the best of luck this year. Good luck, Uniontown Red Raiders, from Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke. And we're ready for the second period here at Uniontown Area High School. It's the Red Raiders 25 and the Southmoreland Scotties 7. We've got 5 team fouls for the Scotties, 4 team fouls for the Red Raiders. That's good. Jameer Braxton preparing now to handle the inbounding duties. He comes into Winfrey. Back to Braxton. Our sideline goes top of the key to Winfrey. Swings it all the way around. Far sideline to Grooms. Now corner. Wallace is going to bring it out of the corner. Back up top to Winfrey, who gets Braxton on our wing. But the pass across the court to Wallace is jumped by Ty Keffer, who tries to take it to the house. Cannot quite pull it off. A little bit of contact there at the end from Uniontown. The Red Raiders attack hard. The next possession coming back the other way. It's Calvin Winfrey with the reverse layup. Pass courtesy of Bakari Wallace. Now the Red Raiders are going to steal the inbound pass. Notorious Grooms off the steal, attacks the bucket, and he is fouled on the way up. Foul seemingly on Ty Campbell. Indeed, it is against Ty Campbell, and that's going to send Notorious Grooms to the foul line here with a 27-7 lead. 7:27 to play in the second period at the Uniontown Area High School. You are watching another chapter of C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night here. Exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page. Don't forget to check us out, 590 AM, FM 101.1. And Grooms gets the first shot to go. Second shot from Grooms, no good. And Keffer's going to pull down the rebound. He feeds it all the way across to number 2, Collins. Collins going to advance it hard, but has the ball go off his knee and in the hands of Bakari Wallace, who comes full speed the other way and lays it in. 2 more points for Uniontown. The Red Raiders are on a 21-0 run. Inbound pass. Ball's going to end up in the hands of Collins. Southmoreland went middle on the inbound pass to number 10, Elliot Primus, and then back to Collins. And we had a little bit of contact there. 7:07 to play. We'll see number 12, Wyatt Richter, the 5'11 junior guard, checking back in. Ball is going to stay with Southmoreland, and doing the inbound pass this time will be Ty Keffer. Keffer, big pass all the way down to Lynn. Lynn fires at our sideline to number 5, Myers. Myers back to Lynn, top of the key, kicks it far wing. Keffer now, far corner to number 2, Collins. Collins can't get the floater from the short corner to go, and Kadrian McGlee has the rebound. Pops it up to Wallace. Wallace fast across the timeline, wants the floater himself from the paint, no good, but it goes off the hands of Ty Keffer on the way out. Ball will stay with Uniontown. Notorious Grooms going to handle the inbound pass here. Goes corner, far corner, Braxton. Then far wing, Winfrey. Now Grooms gets it on the far wing. Feeds it off the second peg to Braxton, who hits the jumper. 32-7. The Red Raiders on a roll right now here at the A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. Southmoreland pushing the ball down. This is going to be number 12, Richter. Goes to Collins. Collins comes our wing to Lynn. Lynn trying to make something happen. A little dribble here, loses the ball to Braxton for a minute. Several players in on the loose ball on the floor, and it looks like Braxton's at the bottom of the pile. The jump, though, is going to stay with the Southmoreland Scotties. Inbounding the ball for Southmoreland, number 2, Ronnie Collins. Collins going to inbound it from the W in town on the baseline. Inbound pass near the block to Lynn. Lynn's trying to get it out of there, matched up against McGlee, and he gets it to number 12. Attacking the lane is Wyatt Richter. Richter gets a good look at the basket, lays it in, and gets fouled on his way up. Foul is going to be called against number 34, Jameer Braxton. That is his first. 6th team foul for the Raiders. Now both teams have 6. 7th foul going to give somebody the single bonus. Foul shot no good. Rebound goes to McGlee, who pushes it ahead to Wallace. Then comes our side to Winfrey. Winfrey can't get the layup. Nice looking block there from Ronnie Collins. And now jumping a pass back up top to Bakari Wallace will be number 12, Wyatt Richter. The Red Raiders had got the ball after the block, tried to get the ball back to the top of the key. The Scotties nearly jumped the pass. Calvin Winfrey going to inbound the ball here from the front of our table. Goes Grooms, top of the key, back to Winfrey, our wing. Now Bakari Wallace, near side corner. And as the pass comes back up top to Notorious Grooms, we get some contact from Wyatt Richter. Richter and Grooms collide. That is a foul on Richter, and that is going to send Grooms to the foul line. He will be shooting the single bonus, 1-and-1 opportunity for Notorious Grooms. First shot is good. Grooms came into this one shooting at a 76% clip from the foul line. He's only helping that number here, 33-9, the Uniontown Red Raiders advantage, 5:53 to play in the second quarter. Uniontown now will be shooting at least a 1-and-1 for the rest of the way. They're not too far off now from the double bonus. Second shot's good. Keffer inbounds the ball, far sideline to Richter. Richter going to try to push it ahead here to Collins. Collins gets trapped in the corner, goes across the baseline to Lynn, and Lynn goes up strong and will get fouled. We'll see who the call is on. Several Red Raiders between him and the basket. McGlee, Braxton, and Wallace among them. And the foul is going to be called against Braxton. That'll be his second. Lynn from the foul line is good. 34-10. Scotties had been held at 7 points for quite some time. They've got 10 points now. Second shot, no good. Nice looking rebound there from McGlee. He goes far sideline to Wallace. Wallace on the attack, takes it the whole way. Nearly gets a really good looking layup to go down. But thankfully, we get the rebound for the Red Raiders, kicking it out to Grooms. Grooms attacks the bucket, gets two more. Here's Keffer for the Scotties, trying to make something happen on the three ball. Not there, but a nice looking rebound for Ronnie Collins. Turnaround, lay in off the block. Two more points for the Scotties, 36-12. Winfrey now moving fast. Goes Grooms, then corner to Wallace. Wallace puts up the three. Hits nothing. Jameer Braxton nearly pulls down the rebound, but the ball ricochets off his hands and across the baseline. Ball will go to the Scotties, 36-12. Inbound pass now goes to Collins. Collins kicks it across to Keffer. Keffer going to feed it ahead to number 5, Elijah Myers. Myers pops it out to the near sideline, marked there by Lynn, and Lynn can't handle it. Loses it to Winfrey. Winfrey feeds it ahead to Grooms. Back to Winfrey, off the glass. Can't get it to go, but Bakari Wallace, nice looking tip in to finish that play. And now the pass is jumped by Winfrey, and several players after the loose ball collide with each other. Winfrey and Elijah Myers. Near sideline official is going to say ball belongs to Southmoreland. Uniontown Red Raiders coach Rob Kaczmarski not especially happy with that call. Believed that Winfrey had been pushed, and it doesn't matter because after the inbound pass is complete to Ronnie Cox, Cox tries to go back to Keffer and throws the basketball away. Collides with our table here near half court. Here's Braxton, inbounds the ball to Winfrey. Back to Braxton, our wing. Braxton jumps through. Nice little move there to get a jump shot off the middle peg, and Braxton hits it 40-12. Goes to score now here at the Uniontown Area High School. Southmoreland works it ahead. Lynn, center court, feeds it ahead. Nice looking take there by Ronnie Collins off the block. Lynn to Collins for the bucket. Here come the Red Raiders the other way. Winfrey goes our wing. And Jameer Braxton, nothing but the bottom of the net. 43-14, Southmoreland. Trying to move very quickly here against this Raider press. Gets it all the way down the court to Wyatt Richter. No good. But the rebound goes to Ronnie Collins, and Collins lays it in for two more. 4 minutes to play here in this half. Big pass all the way down for Uniontown. Far sideline in front of the Scotties bench to Wallace. Little handoff to Grooms. Now top of the key to Braxton. Our side to Grooms. Grooms feeding it inside to McGlee. High post. Off the wing. Attacking as Wallace gets the pass. Can't get the first look to go, but he does get the second. 45-16. Another big pass from the Scotties. Big passes all around here to Collins. Collins tries to address it himself by advancing the ball to the elbow and taking a shot. We get a blocking foul before that, though. Blocking foul against number 34, Jameer Braxton. That will be his third. And as they will say that Ronnie Collins was in the process of shooting that baby jumper, he's going to get a foul shot Off the 1-1. Correction, he was on the floor. Gets the first one, so he's going to shoot the back half of a 1-1 now. And that one is no good. Good-looking rebound there, Tanner Uphold. Uphold tries to push it ahead. Southmoreland jumps to pass. That's Keffer, feeds it over to Lynn. Lynn can't get the floater to go. On the ground is Bakari Wallace. I think Bakari actually got that rebound from the ground. And a little back and forth down the court between Winfrey and Grooms. Looks like they've maybe done that before. And the Red Raiders finish with another basket. Here's a big pass ahead to Lynn. Goes to the corner. Corner three. Brady Sherbandi, no good. Rebound nearly caroms out of bounds, but is corralled by Wyatt Richter, who takes another three. No good. Ronnie Collins doing a lot of work inside. 2 rebounds in a row. Couldn't get the first back to go. Second put back won't go. McGlee feeds it way ahead to Grooms. Grooms, little dribbling there through a couple defenders. Comes our wing to Uphold. Now our corner. Bakari Wallace, no good. Southmoreland rebound. Ty Keffer. Keffer going to take it himself, trying to go coast to coast. Loses his footing and the basketball. Ball rolls across the sideline and out of bounds. We'll go back to the Red Raiders. 47-17. 2:42 to play here in period number 2. Tanner Uphold on the inbound. Goes to Calvin Winfrey. Winfrey across the timeline. Far wing to Richardson. Now back to Winfrey up top. Winfrey tries to drive. Wants to dish at the last second to Levi Garner, who just checked in. Loses the ball. Southmoreland comes hard the other way. But Richter's shot is blocked, at least a piece of it, by Richardson. The Red Raiders get the ball and do not waste any time attacking the opposite way. Going to result in a Grooms three-pointer. No good. Grooms, though, catches up to Keffer on the long pass. Keffer, though, gets a layup to go down 47-19. Tavian Richardson going to handle the ball here for the Red Raiders across the timeline. Grooms on our wing. Winfrey almost to the corner. 3 balls, no good. Levi Garner loses out on the rebound to Ty Keffer. Keffer going to slow it down. 1:56 here. He's going to draw Tanner Uphold to Sherbandi on the wing. Sherbandi wanted to go inside to Richter. Has the pass stolen by Winfrey. Winfrey feeds it ahead to Garner, who loses the ball at the last second as he attacks the basket. Ty Keffer pokes a hand in, knocks the ball out of bounds. Ball's going to stay with Uniontown. Checking in for Southmoreland, number 23, Noah Falenser, the freshman. We're going to see Jeremiah Hager checking in for Uniontown, and Ty Campbell coming in for the Scotties. Tanner Uphold will handle the inbound duty for the Red Raiders. Big pass over top of everyone to Garner. Garner gets it out to Grooms on the wing. Comes our wing to Hager for 3. No good. Nice looking rebound there for Richardson. Quick feed inside to Levi Garner, but Levi can't get it off the glass. And it's going to result in a jump ball as both Garner and number 2, Ronnie Collins, come down with it. Jump ball is going to stay with Uniontown. Tanner Uphold. Uphold goes way up top to Richardson outside. Richardson going to work it our way to Hager now. Baseline Grooms. Grooms loses the ball off the shot to number 2, Collins. Collins coming full speed ahead, but that's going to be a double dribble as he tries to weave through some traffic. The Scotties not wasting any time when they get the basketball, immediately trying to attack the Red Raiders before the Raiders can set up their press. That has been a mixed result for the Scotties so far. Here's a pass from Richardson now for Uniontown inside to Hager. Hager can't get the floater to go, but the rebound goes to Levi Garner, who lays it in. 49-19, the Red Raiders advantage. Scotties trying to make something happen. Campbell to Collins, now our corner to Sherbandi, and he knocks down the 3. Correction, that was number 23, Noah Falenser, 5'11 freshman, who knocks down the 3, 49-22. Less than a minute to play here in period number 2. Grooms going to advance it to the elbow, goes Hager in the paint, pops it back out to Richardson, then Uphold gets a nice looking corner 3 there. It won't fall down for him. And on the opposite side, again, the Scotties really trying to push the basketball. They go way ahead to Noah Falenser, who goes up for the layup, but is struck by Tavian Richardson on the way, and that's going to result in a foul against Richardson. That is his second. Once again, don't forget to check us out, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. This evening, of course, Bell Vernon and Laurel Highlands also meeting in a conference game. The Red Raiders going to quickly attack the basket here. Tavian Richardson can't get the floater to go off the wing. Coming this way now, Keffer to Collins. Goes corner to number 1, Ty Campbell. No 3 there. Campbell put one up. Rebound goes to the Scotties. Pulled down there by Elliott Premise. And he'll be heading to the foul line as he's fouled going back up. 49-25 your score. 19 seconds to play. Brief pause here in the action as we have a conference between the far sideline official and the scoreboard. Question about the scoreboard, that is, confirming the foul call with the score table. This will be number 10, Elliott Primus. First foul shot from Primus, a little too hard, bounces out. He steps in now for shot number 2. Uniontown with Garner and Hager down on the blocks for this rebound. Primus, second shot also too hard, but the ball bounces out, and he gets his own rebound, and he may and is fouled again, trying to work his way back up. Foul's called against number 11, Levi Garner. That is his first, and we'll see Primus at the foul line for a second time in just a few seconds. First shot this time rattles out on him. And the second shot is good. 49-26. Ball gets pushed ahead here, far sideline to Grooms. Grooms going to attack the basket. Last second, pulls down a pass to Garner, but it goes off of Garner's feet and out of bounds. 49-26 your score. 10 seconds to play. Southmoreland possibly looking at the last possession for this half. Big pass into Campbell. Campbell goes back to Keffer. Keffer gets cut off by Richardson on his way to the basket, and he launches one as time expires. No good. And that brings the first half to a conclusion. It's the Uniontown Red Raiders 49 and the Southmoreland Scotties 26. The Uniontown Red Raiders do conclude that half with 10 fouls as a team. The Scotties end up with just 7. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They can treat you efficiently and safely because they take all necessary precautions and are disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists, convenient location, convenient hours, part of the community. You can call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, and they can contact your doctor for you. 724-437-7500. Stop by Big Al's Market on North Gallatin Avenue in Uniontown, family owned and operated by Phil Luciani. Dominic Sabatini. Big Al's features 2 one-topping pizzas and a 2-liter for $21.99. Or try an Italian hoagie in a 20-ounce drink for $6.99. Check out some of Big Al's other homemade food items, including pasta salads, macaroni salads, and deli items. Big Al's Market, 72 North Gallatin Avenue. Phone 724-550-4252 for Big Al's Market. Find more snuggle time this winter and be prepared for the cold with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, a home equity loan, or a home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Keep the cold out and the warm and cozy in your home this winter. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729. We're here at the Uniontown Area High School. It's halftime inside A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. You're watching another chapter of C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. Exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page, which is brought to you by George Dental Associates, SWGI in Uniontown, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health, the Centers for Rehab Services and Physical Therapists, Jim Burns, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides. Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer. Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke. Joby's Golf. Zen's Construction Warehouse, and Big Al's Market. Where can you go these days to have your gas pumped for you, oil checked, and windshield cleaned? Joby's Golf, that's where. Joby's Golf is located on the corner of Fayette and Beeson Boulevard in Uniontown. Joby's Golf is a fast, friendly, full-service gas station serving Uniontown in the same location for over 50 years. Joby's Golf offers lockout services, general repairs, tire repair, state inspections, and 24-hour AAA towing service. Phone 724-438-0681 for Joby's Golf. The Uniontown Red Raiders have a 49-26 advantage as we look ahead now to the second half of play. Uniontown put together a 21-point run at one point in the first half. The game had been close in the very early minutes. Uniontown had a 9-7 advantage. That 21 points made it a 30-7 advantage. Southmoreland has answered somewhat since then. They've got 26 points on the board, but of course Uniontown holding that 23-point lead going into period number 3. Are you looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Good luck to Coach Rob Kesmarski and the Uniontown Red Raiders from George Dental Associates. Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer has litigated over 275 civil and criminal trials, some of which have been aired on Oprah, Inside Edition, and ESPN. Having an engineering degree, master's in business administration, and law degree qualifies him to go toe-to-toe with anyone. His firm concentrates in wills, trusts, estates, property transfers, personal injury, solar field and Marcellus gas negotiations, and family law. Small enough to care and smart enough to win. That's the attorney, Thomas W. Schaefer. Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides knows there's nothing more exciting than high school sports. He knows all the athletes have worked hard to be competitive, plus maintain their study skills. Commissioner Vince Vacides salutes all the young contestants in their efforts. Good luck, and may the best team prevail. From Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides. We're going to take a short break here at the Uniontown Area High School A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. We're about 4 minutes away from the resumption of play between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Southmoreland Scotties. Your score, Uniontown 49, Southmoreland 26.
I got it all. I got everything. You want me to just tell you and you can write it down real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'll write it. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna mention it first because it's impressive to me. Pepper or Pepper, the big guy. He only had 2. Collins has 9. Myers with 1. Primus with 1. Richter with 2. Brady, I think it's 2. Mark Felton, he had 6. Kevin Lynn with 2. Calvin Lynn, yeah. And it's part, and I'm pretty sure that's bus is like that captain and I try my best.
Welcome back to the Uniontown Area High School. This is Joshua Scully here inside the A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. We have a score of Uniontown 49, Southmoreland 26 through the first half of play. We do have some numbers to share with you, and we want to give a special thanks as we prepare to share these stats. The halftime stats today, courtesy of First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. On the Uniontown side of the stat sheet, Jameer Braxton, 13 points. Notorious Grooms, 10. Calvin Winfrey and Bakari Wallace both have 9. Jeremiah Hager, Tavian Richardson, both with 3. And Levi Garner has 2 to round out that 49-point total. On the Southmoreland side, the Scotties led right now by Ronnie Collins. We saw a lot of good work from him inside during periods 1 and 2. He has 9 points. The freshman, Noah Valencer, 6 points. 3 points from Kelvin Lynn, number 34. 2 points apiece from Brady Sherbandi, Ty Keffer, and Wyatt Richter. 1 point for Elijah Myers. Ty Keffer, of course, coming into this one, averaging about 27 points a contest. He needed 71 for 1,000 in his career. He still has plenty of time, of course, to get that 71 points. But he has just 2 points so far. So now he'll need just 69 points the rest of the way this season to get to that 1,000-point plateau as we're ready now to resume play at the A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium and Uniontown Area High School. Good crowd on hand this evening. It's camo night for the student section. We do have some students in their camouflage this evening. And Ty Keffer going to handle the inbound responsibility right here, sideline near us. Ball goes in to Collins. Collins going to feed it way ahead to Lind on our wing. Lind, top of the key to Richter. Richter swings it around to Collins, far wing. He's going to hold. See what he has happening. Looks around. Now advances at top of the key. Looks, waits for the play to develop. Not a whole lot happening. Far wing is Lind receiving the pass now. The Red Raiders in man-to-man, and it's a tight man-to-man coverage. Corner pass to Myers. Wants to go inside there to Richter. Richter tries to go Collins at the last second. Collins goes up and gets fouled inside the paint. Ronnie Collins, who is listed at just 5'11", has done a really nice job inside. He is quite a presence inside, and he's going against a couple of Red Raiders inside who are several inches at the very least taller than he is. Here's the first foul shot from Collins. No good. Score remains as it was at halftime, 49-26. Collins for shot number 2. That one rolls in. Collins now with 10 points in this one. Ball comes into Winfrey. Winfrey across the timeline. He's going to be matched up against Collins. Goes far wing to Grooms. Grooms swinging it around. Winfrey. Now R wing to Braxton. Then a big pass way across to Grooms in front of his own bench. Comes R wing. Way across again to Braxton. Braxton going to drive it. Little pass at the very end to McGlee. And as McGlee goes up strong, he's going to be fouled. Certainly seems as though he got the bucket too. Indeed he does. The official reporting to the scoreboard. Basket is good. Foul is called against number 34, Kelvin Lynn. Shot here from McGlee from the foul line. Too hard. Bounces out. Rebound. Who else? Collins. Collins coming fast now for the Scotties. Wants to take it all the way, but at the last second, he runs into Kadrian McGlee and Calvin Winfrey, who blocked the ball out of bounds. Ball will stay with Southmoreland. 51-27 your score. Little pass here to Lynn. Pops it back out to Collins. Far corner. Collins to Lynn now far wing. Lynn really doing a lot of moving here, trying to make something happen. Richter now comes R wing from the top of the key to Myers. Lynn drives on the give and go. Not there. Rebound Braxton. tries to feed it ahead to Winfrey, but the pass is stolen. This is Richter attacking hard, and there's some contact inside, no call. Rebound, McGlee. McGlee gets it ahead to Winfrey. Winfrey comes all the way down to our corner opposite side to Grooms, who pushes it inside to Wallace, and Wallace goes up strong. No make there, though. The rebound goes to Kepfer. We have a couple players down, very slow to get up. We have a couple players on the opposite side here in on a jump ball as the ball is on the floor. Coming up off the ground, Richter and Winfrey. And a couple of players opposite side slow to get up. Appeared to be Keffer and McGlee. Everybody's on their feet now, though, and the floor is going to be checked. Looks dry enough, they say, and the ball comes in. Winfrey to Wallace, back to Winfrey across the timeline. Far wing to Grooms. Grooms in front of his own bench, matched up against Richter. Richter is going to maybe get a hand on that pass. They try to go inside to McGlee. Ball pops out. Stolen by Southmoreland. Richter takes off, gets a big pass and attacks the basket, and he'll be fouled by Winfrey as he goes up. Basket is no good, but Richter is going to the foul line. Foul is indeed called against Calvin Winfrey. That is his first. First shot from Richter. Going to bounce out on him. Richter had 2 points in the first half. Here's the second shot from Richter. No good. A couple players in on the rebound, Lynn and McGlee especially. The ball is going to bounce out, seemingly off the hands of Kadrian McGlee, so the ball stays with the Scotties. And this is going to be number 2, Ronnie Collins, inbounding the ball for the Scotties from the D in red off the baseline, and his pass gets away from number 5, Elijah Myers. And Myers was cutting back to the baseline, and Collins tried to lead him toward the sideline, led him a bit too much. Here comes Uniontown now. Grooms gets the pass from Winfrey, comes our wing, back to Winfrey. Grooms top of the key, swings it across to Wallace, goes to McGlee all the way in the far corner. Grooms rotates over, gets the ball from McGlee in the corner, puts up the 3, and drills it from the far wing, 54-27. Keffer trying to make something happen across the timeline to Lynn, feeding it inside to Myers. Myers is blocked by Braxton. Then he tries to swipe the ball out of the hands of McGlee, makes some contact, no call. Ball goes back to Braxton. He drives hard in the paint and gets a very nice looking take high off the glass to go down. Does Jameer Braxton. Now here's Keffer, has the ball poked away by Southmoreland. Still by McGlee, but then McGlee's pass hits the hands of Keffer. Keffer popped way up in the air to deny the pass. Ball ends up with Myers, far corner on the 3. No good. Southmoreland, no score there. Coming the other way, Uniontown goes Grooms. Winfrey lays it in, 58-27. Here comes Southmoreland. This is Collins. Collins going to bring it to our wing. He's attacked by Grooms and Winfrey. They nearly get the ball off him. Feed it to Keffer at the elbow. Keffer gets a bucket there. Good-looking jump shot from him. 58-29 your score. Uniontown going to slow it down now. Winfrey gets the inbound pass. Goes to Braxton, our wing. Then Grooms, our corner. Back to Braxton. Deep 3. No good. Rebound. Kadrian McGlee fires it out to Winfrey on the outlet pass. Winfrey's 3. No good. Another rebound for McGlee. He gets quite a few of those. He averages 7 a game. Goes to Grooms. Grooms on the wing. Looks inside to Braxton. No good. Rebound comes all the way out to McGlee, who was still in our corner. Gets it back to Braxton and feeds it way across. Long possession now as Wallace comes off the far wing on the pass. He will travel, and the ball will go back to the Scotties. 4:19 to play. Couple of new Scotties checking in. We're going to see for Southmoreland, number 10, Elliot Primus, and number 23, Noah Falenser, checking in for the Scotties. Inbound pass comes to Collins. Collins comes our side to Richter. Richter fires it down. This is going to be Falenser, the freshman in the corner. He's trapped there by Uniontown. Everything he can just to get the ball to Primus. But Primus, before he can go up off the baseline, will travel. And now Uniontown will inbound the ball. Brief conference here between the far sideline official and the score table. Ball comes into Winfrey. Winfrey going to bring it across the timeline. He's going to be matched up here against Falenser. Comes to our wing to Braxton, and Falenser moves to him. Felenster doing a little bit of chasing the ball here. Uniontown nearly has that pass to Grooms jumped by Noah Richter. Richter just gets a hand on it, and the official on the far sideline will say that it touched Grooms on the way out, and so it's Scotty's ball. Kiefer going to inbound here to Collins. Collins nearly travels, has that pass stolen by Wallace anyway. Wallace to Winfrey in the paint, to Grooms, back to Winfrey in the paint, lays it in. There's just no way that the Scotties are going to keep up with the quick passing that the Raiders do once they have an opportunity to attack. Tanner Uphold now up on the press, nearly gets the ball off Felenster, who goes ahead to Collins. Here's Keffer trying to feed it down low off the Collins pass to Lynn, and the ball goes out of bounds. The Scotties have tried and tried to find some space. Uniontown attacking quickly the opposite way, gets it to Grooms, who lays it in. Uniontown so fast down the floor, 62-29 your score. The Scotties are going to take a 30-second timeout with 3:05 to play in period number 3. Southwestern Endoscopy Center is now a part of U.S. Digestive Health. If you have a close family member with colon cancer or precancerous polyps, your screening should begin at age 40 instead of 45. Women, like men, are at substantial cancer risk and should not avoid screening. Although colonoscopy is the most sensitive screening test, if you are fearful or have no health insurance, a stool fit test is a reasonable option. Learn more at usdigestivehealth.com. And we're ready to resume play here as we're going to see the Scotties break the huddle 62-29. Both Notorious Grooms and Jameer Braxton have 15 points for the Uniontown Red Raiders. The Raiders going to show press with Uphold and Richardson. Ball comes into Felenster, then back to the middle to Collins. The Scotties going to attack this press. Pass off the block to Richter. Richter is going to draw a foul there. There's a hold inside. Got a couple of new Red Raiders out here. Winfrey and Grooms remain, but Uphold, Richardson, and Garner out there with them now, and Garner's going to be called for the foul. Collins will inbound the ball from the baseline. Grooms going to stand right in front of him. Collins bounce pass. Tries to go inside to Primus, but Primus has the ball ripped away by Grooms. Grooms, a little pass to Garner, then a big pass from Garner down to Richardson. Richardson fires it across the baseline to Winfrey. Winfrey can't get it off the glass, and now many players on the floor after the loose ball. The officials will get everybody off the hardwood and sort out the possession. The possession arrow right now is with the Scotties. And it will go to the Scotties indeed. It's going to be Ty Keffer, the inbounder. Inbound pass goes to Collins. Collins across the timeline, 1:52 remaining in the period. Goes Keffer, top of the key, far wing. That was Sherbandi. Sherbandi's pass back to the top is jumped by Richardson, who floats a wild one ahead to Garner. Can't get it to go, but Hager is there for the putback, and he finishes it off. Scotties want to pass the length of the court. They succeed in doing so. Big pass down to Richter, who then gets cut off if he tries to advance off the sideline. Levi Garner got a foot down just a second too late. It's going to be a blocking foul, and that's the third foul called against Levi Garner. The Uniontown Red Raiders do have 4 fouls as a team this half. Clock running here as we've got a 64-29 game. We are in the mercy rule. Ball is going to come in from Collins on the sideline. Both of these teams trying very hard to show off their speed. The Red Raiders just having the advantage. That still for the Red Raiders comes courtesy number 15, Devin Sykes, who just checked in. Sykes pass ahead off the hands of Southmoreland Scotties, number 13, Brady Sherbandi, and out of bounds. Levi Garner going to inbound the ball. Our sideline goes our wing, Uphold, top of the key. Richardson back to our wing to Jeremiah Hager, who dances through the paint but cannot quite get the layup to go. Rebound goes to Richter. Richter going to wait for traffic to clear out. Now here he goes. He takes off and catches up to all those Red Raiders, but he passes it right to Jeremiah Hager, who deflects the ball down to Garner. Garner, big pass down to Tavian Richardson. Richardson attacks the basket, no good. Rebound, Tanner Uphold. And Tanner Uphold is going to be pushed, but before the push call, apparently they saw Tanner travel, and Tanner Uphold will be called with a travel. A lot of contact there against him, though, prior to that. Big pass here Keffer goes almost all the way to half court to number 13, Shabandi. Shabandi, sideline pass to number 21, Ty Warwick, who takes a three as time expires off the side of the rim. No good. At the end of quarter number 3, it is the Uniontown Red Raiders 64 and the Southmoreland Scotties 29. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacement, hand injuries, and other conditions. They can treat you efficiently and safely because they take all necessary precautions and are disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists, convenient location, convenient hours, part of the community. You can call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, and they can contact your doctor for you. 724-437-7500. Stop by Big Al's Market on North Gallatin Avenue in Uniontown, family owned and operated by Phil Lucioni and Dominic Sabatini. Big Al's features 2 one-topping pizzas and a 2-liter for $21.99, or try an Italian hoagie and a 20-ounce drink for $6.99. Check out some of Big Al's other homemade food items, including pasta salads, macaroni salads, and deli items. Big Al's Market, 72 North Gallatin Avenue. Phone 724-550-4252. We're ready to start quarter number 4 here at the A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium inside the Uniontown Area High School. Pre-game, we had Connellsville Daily Courier reporter Jonathan Guth share with us the Ty Keffer for the Southmoreland Scotties. Needed just 71 points for 1,000. Inbound pass here for the Red Raiders. Gets swung around, but then stolen off Jameer Braxton. And here come the Scotties in the hands of Keffer, no less. Keffer lets a jumper go. That one comes up short, and it's out of bounds. Keffer averages 27 a game, but the whole Scotties squad tonight through 3 quarters has just 29 points. The Uniontown Red Raiders with Wallace, Winfrey, Braxton, Grooms, and McGlee on the court. Ball is going to end up in the hands of Grooms, who nails down a 3 off of our wing. Then the Raiders jump the inbound pass, does Jameer Braxton. He can't get the layup to go. Nice help there back on to his feet by Notorious Grooms. The Scotties coming the other way. And the floater from number 13, Brady Shabandi, is no good. Uniontown's off to the races. That's Jameer Braxton all the way down on the opposite side for 2 more. Scotties get the ball in. Here's Collins, wigging and weaving his way through. Pass ends up in the corner for the Scotties. That was Shabandi trying to work it inside. Ball is knocked away and then stolen by Bakari Wallace, who 100 miles an hour attacks the other way and gets 2. 71-29, 6:45 to play here at the Uniontown Area High School. Collins and Keffer going to bring the ball down, back and forth together. Now we get it to Richter off the wing, and Richter gets absolutely denied inside by Kadrian McGlee. Ball scooped up by Grooms, working against a couple defenders. Feeds it ahead to Winfrey, and then it's nothing but the bottom of the net as Jameer Braxton lays it in off the Calvin Winfrey pass. And we're going to have a foul called against the Scotties, who were a step behind that one in pursuit. And it's going to be a push foul called against Southmoreland. Foul called against number 12, Wyatt Richter. Several new Red Raiders making their way out. Jeremiah Hager, Levi Garner, Tavian Richardson, Devin Sykes on the floor now, along with Jameer Braxton, who's going to be our shooter. And the official's going to confer briefly here on the floor for the Scotties. Number 1, Ty Campbell. Number 3, Caden Kiefer. Number 21, Ty Warwick. Number 11, Ty Keffer. And number 5, Elijah Myers. That will ultimately be ruled a technical foul by the way it looks. And the first shot there, shot by Braxton, that would have been his foul shot for being fouled while going to the hoop. And now we're going to see Devin Sykes at the line to shoot the technical shots. Tanner Uphold checking in for Braxton. Technical foul, as the near sideline official explains to us, is on number 12 for Southmoreland, Wyatt Richter, for throwing a chair. And we'll get both shots there from Devin Sykes, 75-29. Tanner Uphold inbounds the ball here to Tavian Richardson, then back to Uphold. Richardson at the top of the key, Uphold on the wing. He'll pass through as the ball goes to Hager in the corner. Back to Hager now. Hager wants the three. No good. Ball caroms way out. Goes to Ty Keffer. Keffer going to work against Tanner Uphold in a 75-29 game. Keffer way ahead to Warwick in the corner. Warwick working against Richardson. As he passes Richardson by, we're going to see presumably a hold called against Richardson. And the foul is called against Richardson. That is going to be his fourth foul of the contest. Uniontown 5 fouls as a team this half. Collins inbound. Thought about going to Keffer. Thinks better of it as Tanner Uphold is there to deny the pass. Keffer does get it, but way outside on the wing instead of inside. Goes to Collins in the corner. Collins wants to look inside to work, but the Red Raiders get the steal. It's Tavian Richardson. And Richardson's on the floor as he tries to advance it. Dives forward with the ball. Going to be tied up there by a Southmoreland Scotty, and the jump ball goes to the Scotties. Going to be Keffer on the inbound pass to Collins. Collins working against Richardson. Collins nearly travels as he picks up his dribble. And gets it here to Kiefer. Kiefer across to Keffer. Keffer top of the key. Now far wing to Collins. He's got work in the corner. He comes back up top to Campbell. Now it's working our side to Keffer. Keffer looks inside to Warwick. Warwick, the floater, is good. Nice looking play there by Warwick. Did not hesitate to go up strong with the basketball and get 2 points. Now here's Tavian Richardson running point for the Red Raiders. He wanted to look inside to a wide open Levi Garner at the last second. Caden Kiefer, the 6'3 junior listed as a forward, gets his hands up in the air and knocks the ball out of bounds. Inbound pass, a big one out to Richardson, and we're going to see a foul here called against the Scotties as Richardson tries to split Warwick and Campbell. And indeed, the foul is called against the Scotties. Number 1, Campbell, inbound pass. Richardson, he tries to floater, no good. Several players after a loose ball, ends up in the hands of Collins. Collins wants to take it all the way, and indeed he does. Nice looking layup as he weaves between defenders. Now Hager inbounds the ball to Richardson. Richardson, big pass up top across the timeline to Sykes. Sykes goes short corner, runs out of room. Pops it back up to Hager, then back inside to Garner. And that's just some nice ball movement from the Uniontown Red Raiders, now leading 77-33. This is right about what the Red Raiders average per game. Collins going to pop it out here to Campbell for 3, no good. Rebound, Collins nearly has it, but instead it goes to the big man, Levi Garner. Levi says, I want to go coast to coast, please. Direct flight, Levi Garner, 2 points. Ball comes into Keffer. Keffer bringing it down, matched up against Tanner Uphold. These two have seen a lot of each other tonight. Keffer advances it to the block and is going to be fouled as he passes by Devin Sykes, so it seems. But no, the official is going to report that foul on Tanner Uphold. Mysteriously so. I think Tanner Uphold's face communicates mysteriously so, as we see a couple new Scotties check in. Number 4, David Billheimer. Number 14, Cody Bateman. Inbound pass goes to Kiefer. Nice looking catch and lay there for Kiefer. 2 points. Here's Richardson now coming full speed ahead. Gets it to Sykes in the corner. Back up top to Richardson on the wing. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout taken by the Uniontown Red Raiders. Indeed, we will. A 30-second timeout. And Uniontown Red Raider head coach Rob Kazmarski says he doesn't actually need the 30 seconds. He just wants to get a new group of bodies on the floor. And indeed, he has. Inbound pass here for the Red Raiders. Raiders are going to work it around. Only 2:23 to play. Big 3 shot there. No good. Rebound goes Kiefer. Here come the Scotties. 2:16. Red Raiders lead 79-35. They've got some reserves in right now. The Scotties going to work it into our corner to Kiefer. Kiefer looking around. Gets it to 4. This is Billheimer. Billheimer will travel. He runs out of real estate. Picks up the basketball. Ball will go back to the Uniontown Red Raiders. So the Red Raiders, for all intents and purposes now, will look to go 3-0 in the conference with a conference meeting against Elizabeth Forward Friday evening. You can listen to that one here on WMBS Facebook. Nice looking 3. That's Eric Townsend off the sideline in front of his own bench. fading away nonetheless, and he knocks that one down, 82-35. The Scotty's going to try to answer. This is Billheimer waiting for the play to develop. Comes top of the key to Campbell, now far wing. Warwick going to hold and look. Top of the key to Kiefer, the big man. Kiefer comes our way. Number 1, Campbell from our wing will look inside. Nice look to number 14, Cody Bateman, who drives the lane and gets it up off the glass. 82-37, a minute 5 to play. Southmoreland going to steal a pass here, but unfortunately, it'll go out of bounds on them. Far sideline official says it goes out of bounds off the Red Raiders, and so the ball will stay with the Scotties. This is going to be Bateman inbounding the ball here. The Scotties going to fall to 1 and 2 in the conference. Uniontown will play Elizabeth Forward on Friday. Elizabeth Forward, of course, playing Albert Gallatin tonight. We're going to see a foul called here against Jeremiah Hager on a hold. And that will be 7 fouls against Uniontown. And George Ty Campbell, we're told he goes by Ty, the 5'10 junior guard, will take the front end of a 1-and-1. No good. Rebound pulled down by Uniontown. If the Laurel Highlands Mustangs prevail over Bell Vernon tonight, they will also be 3-0 in the conference. Here's Devin Sykes launching the 3 for Uniontown. And off the glass. Bank open here late in Uniontown. 85-37. Scotty's going to bring it down. Here's Bateman on our wing. Waning seconds here, less than 10 to go. Pass goes Campbell. Top of the key to Bateman on the wing. Bateman answers. Nice looking 3 there. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and that's going to do it here at Uniontown Area High School as the Red Raiders prevail 85-40 over the Southmoreland Scotties. We're going to pause now for a word from our sponsors before we come back for the postgame show. Find more snuggle time this winter and be prepared for the cold with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, a home equity loan, or a home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Keep the cold out and the warm and cozy in your home this winter. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729. Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke would like to take this time to wish all Uniontown area listeners a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year, and wish Uniontown head coach Rob Kesmarski and the Uniontown Red Raiders the best of luck this season. Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides knows there is nothing more exciting than high school sports. He knows all the athletes worked hard to be competitive, plus maintain their study skills. Commissioner Vince Vacides salutes all the young contestants in their efforts. Good luck, and may the best team prevail. From Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides. And now it's time for the postgame show, brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. Coming up in the postgame show, a summary of our contest this evening between Uniontown and Southmoreland. You are listening to another C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on WMBS. We're here at the Uniontown Area High School, the A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium, where the Uniontown Red Raiders have advanced to 3-0 in the conference, 12-1 overall. They have won their 11th straight contest with a victory over the Southmoreland Scotties. The Scotties going to drop to 1-2 in the conference. We want to thank the Sproul's Insurance Group for sponsoring our pregame show this evening, and we also want to thank all of our other sponsors who made this broadcast possible. George Dental Associates, SWGI in Uniontown, now part of U.S. Digestive Health. The Centers for Rehab Services and physical therapist Jim Burns. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides. Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer. Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke. Joby's Golf. Zen's Construction Warehouse. And Big Al's Market. We're going to pause for 1 minute, and we'll be right back with you with a word from our sponsor and our player of the game, brought to you by Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides. Welcome back to the Uniontown Area High School A.J. Everhart Memorial Gymnasium. We're here following a Uniontown Red Raider victory. And now we want to go to the scoreboard. We have a score reported to us. Laurel Highlands 45, Bell Vernon 47. Scoreboard tonight is being brought to you by Peachin's Pharmacy. Peachin's Pharmacy in the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market. That's Bell Vernon 47 and Laurel Highlands 45. Are you looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit georgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's georgeDentalAssociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Good luck to Coach Rob Kesmarski and the Uniontown Red Raiders from George Dental Associates. We've got some scores to report from our scorebook as far as totals for this evening's contest. On the Southmoreland Scotties side, Ronnie Collins, 12 points. No surprise there. Ronnie had a tremendous game. He was really busy under the basket, did a lot of the dirty work for this Southmoreland Scotties team. I'm sure they're very pleased with his effort. We've also got 5 points apiece from number 14, Cody Bateman, and number 34, Kelvin Lynn for the Southmoreland Scotties. 6 from freshman Noah Falenser. Good effort from him. He had a big 3 in the early goings of this one. And we have for Ty Keffer, who came into this one needing 71 for 1,000, 4 points this evening for the Southmoreland Scotties. Those are their leading scores. On the Uniontown side of the book, Notorious Grooms, 18 points. Bakari Wallace, 17 points. Calvin Winfrey, 15 points. But your leading scorer is Jameer Braxton. And we said pregame during the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show how dangerous of a player Jameer Braxton can be. He can work outside. He can work inside. He does it all. He has demonstrated that to us this evening. We saw him stealing the basketball. We saw him getting some really clutch rebounds, going up strong, driving the lane, and leading the team in scoring. He is your player of the game, brought to you by Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides. That is Jameer Braxton. Excellent job this evening, Jameer. I'm sure your teammates and coaches are very proud of you after that tremendous effort this evening. The Uniontown Red Raiders again emerging victorious over Southmoreland. Your player of the game, brought to you by Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides, Jameer Braxton. Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer has litigated over 275 civil and criminal trials, some of which have been aired on Oprah, Inside Edition, and ESPN. Having an engineering degree, master's in business administration, and law degree qualifies him to go toe-to-toe with anyone. His firm concentrates in wills, trusts, estates, property transfers, personal injury, solar field, and Marcellus gas negotiations, and family law. Small enough to care, smart enough to win. That's the attorney, Thomas W. Schaefer. Shop the New Year's sale at Zen's Construction Warehouse on Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Family owned and operated by the Nelson family. Zen's has everything you need for that next home improvement project at deep discounted prices from the big box stores. Phone 724-366-8274. Visit Zen's on Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus, your savings. That's Zen's Construction Warehouse. Special thanks to our cameraman this evening, Bill Dice, who always does a great job. This is Joshua Scully from the Uniontown Area High School. It's a Uniontown Red Raider victory. They stay perfect in the conference. The Southmoreland Scotties drop to 1-2. Join us again here on WMBS Facebook for another exclusive coverage, this time of Uniontown and Elizabeth Forward, 7:30 p.m. Friday evening. We will see you then. Have a great week.